The me I want to remember, the me I wish to forget. There was a night I couldn't sleep, not because of noise or light, just thoughts. Quiet, steady, persistent. I lay there staring at the ceiling, thinking about who I had been and who I was becoming. Some memories glowed warm, moments when I was kind without being asked, brave without being certain, soft without being weak. That version of me, I want to remember. But then there were memories that clenched tight in my chest, words I wish I could take back, silence I gave when someone needed my voice, the times I shrank, lashed out, disappeared. That version, I wish I could forget. We often believe growth means leaving our past selves behind, that to be better, we must erase the parts of us that once stumbled. But maybe healing is not about forgetting. Maybe it's about holding both versions gently, seeing them as chapters, not mistakes. Because the me I want to remember and the me I wish to forget, they're both real, both human, both trying. And if I can make peace with all of me, then maybe I can finally rest. The words I never said. They sat in my chest for years, not loud enough to scream, but too heavy to ignore. I had chances to speak, but fear was quicker. Fear of misunderstanding, fear of being too much, fear of being met with silence. So I swallowed them. The apologies, the confessions, the boundaries I should have drawn, the truths I should have named. Not saying them didn't make them disappear. They lingered, in the way I held my breath in certain rooms, in the way my body tensed around certain names, in the way I replayed moments long after they passed. But here's what I've learned. Unspoken words don't make you weak. They show you where you were protecting yourself, where you needed safety before sound. And maybe the words will still come, maybe in a journal, in a quiet prayer, in a moment of unexpected courage. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they've already shaped you in silence. Because healing doesn't always look like saying everything. Sometimes it looks like forgiving yourself for what you couldn't say. What regret taught me. There are moments I wish I could rewrite, not because they were unbearable, but because I now see how differently I could have chosen. I think about the words I didn't say, the people I pushed away, the opportunities I let slip, not because I didn't care, but because I was scared, unsure, or simply unaware of what they meant at the time. Regret isn't always loud. Sometimes it arrives like a slow ache, returning in quiet moments when you least expect it, while brushing your teeth, walking past a familiar cafe, or hearing a song you once played on repeat. It tugs gently, then all at once. You wonder what might have been if you had stayed, or spoken up, or walked away sooner. But over time, I began to understand something. Regret isn't punishment. It's a mirror, sometimes sharp, sometimes soft. It shows you who you were, and more importantly, who you're becoming. It teaches you to listen more closely, to slow down, to ask the hard questions before it's too late. It gives weight to your decisions. It reminds you that your actions echo. Most of all, it invites compassion, not just for others, but for your younger self, who was trying, even when they didn't know how. And maybe that's the hidden gift of regret. It doesn't come to shame you, it comes to shape you. What I thought I had let go, but still carried. I thought I had moved on. I had packed the boxes, deleted the photos, spoken the words of closure. I told myself, and others, that I was over it. That chapter had ended, and I was living in a new one. But healing isn't always linear. Sometimes we carry what we thought we buried. It stays in the tone of our voice when certain names come up, or in the way our body tenses at familiar sounds. It lingers in the decisions we make without noticing, in the way we hesitate to trust or rush to leave before being left. One day, I caught myself reacting not to what was in front of me, but to something long gone. That's when I realized I hadn't let go. I had just grown used to the weight. Letting go is not forgetting. It's not pretending it never hurt. It's learning to face what you carry, gently, without shame. It's untying the knots, one thread at a time. Some things take longer to release. Some wounds need to be acknowledged before they can be healed, and that's okay. What matters is not how fast we move on, but how honestly we face what remains. Just because it's gone doesn't mean it's over. Some things disappear quietly. No confrontation, no explanation, just an empty space where something used to be. A friendship fades, a dream dissolves, a version of yourself goes silent. And for a while, we tell ourselves it's over because it's no longer in front of us. It must not matter anymore. We move on, at least outwardly. Smile when we're supposed to, focus on what's next. But absence doesn't always mean resolution. Sometimes what vanishes still echoes. You hear it in a passing song, feel it in the stillness before sleep. Notice it when you reach for something that's no longer there. What's gone might still live inside you, not as an anchor, but as a soft imprint. Not all endings announce themselves. Some are quiet, unfinished, and unresolved. And yet, they shape you. Closure doesn't always arrive with clarity. Sometimes it comes with acceptance that you may never get all the answers and still be okay. Just because it's gone doesn't mean it didn't matter. And just because it hurts doesn't mean you're broken. You're still here, still becoming. The weight of memory. We carry more than we know. Old laughter that still makes us smile. Names we don't say out loud anymore. Rooms we no longer enter. The smell of a meal we haven't tasted in years. It's all there, folded deep within us, like worn photographs inside a drawer. Some memories are light, sunlit afternoons, shared secrets, the sound of someone's familiar footsteps coming up the stairs. But others settle heavier, words we wish we had said, moments that slipped through our hands, people we can no longer reach. There are days we try to forget, but memory is not obedient. It returns uninvited, sometimes gentle, sometimes sharp. And yet there is a quiet beauty in remembering, even when it aches, because memory means we were there, we lived, we loved, we lost, and we are still here. The weight doesn't go away, but over time we learn to carry it differently, not as a burden, but as part of our becoming. the precious things I missed. It wasn't that I didn't care. I was just busy, trying to get it right. Chasing goals, pleasing others, fixing what felt broken. I didn't see the small moments pass me by until they were already gone. I missed the way someone always waited for me to come home, the quiet gestures that didn't ask for attention, the phone calls I thought I could return later, the morning light spilling through the window, unnoticed. I thought I was doing what mattered, working hard, being responsible, staying focused. But I see now some of the most precious things don't ask for your focus. They wait in silence, in stillness. And if you don't slow down, you miss them. We often look back and think, if only I had known. But life isn't lived in hindsight. It's lived in the small, unmarked moments we overlook while reaching for something louder. Still, missing something doesn't mean it's too late. Sometimes the act of noticing, finally, fully, is a kind of return, a quiet apology, a deeper love. And so I'm learning to notice now, to look people in the eye, to answer the call, to pause when it's beautiful. Because the precious things don't demand, they offer, and it's up to us to receive.